You find the perfect apartment online, spacious, modern, and affordable. You eagerly reach out to the landlord, only to realize weeks later that you've been scammed out of your hard-earned money and left without a place to stay. If it helps, you are not alone. This nightmare scenario is all too common in today's rental market. Rental scams are on the rise, with thousands of unsuspecting victims losing millions each year. In fact, the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, reported around 6,400 rental scam complaints in 2018, leading to $9 million in losses. By 2023, these numbers had skyrocketed to approximately 13,500 complaints and nearly $25 million in financial losses. Keep watching, and you will uncover the deceitful tactics scammers use. I'm going to provide you with essential tips to protect yourself. Verify the property owner. One of the first steps in avoiding a rental scam is verifying the property owner's legitimacy. Scammers often pose as landlords, hoping you won't do your due diligence. Start by checking the property records on the local county assessor's website. These records will list the legal owner of the property. If the name doesn't match the person you're dealing with, that's a red flag. For instance, if the property is owned by the Federal National Mortgage Association, but Joe Smith is trying to rent it to you, there's a problem. Always cross-check the provided information with official records to ensure you're dealing with the rightful owner. If you're renting in Broward County, Florida, you can easily verify property ownership by visiting the Broward County Property Appraiser's website here. This site provides access to property records and ownership details, which can help you avoid scams and ensure you're dealing with legitimate landlords. Scrutinize the property management company. If the rental is managed by a property management company, verify their credentials. Look up their license number on the state's website. For instance, in Florida, you can check the Department of Business and Professional Regulation website. Additionally, contact the company directly through a phone number you find independently, not the one provided in the rental listing. Ask if they have an employee by the name of the person you're dealing with, and if they manage the property in question. Scammers often use the names of legitimate companies to appear credible, so it's crucial to verify this information independently. Beware of unprofessional email addresses. A professional property management company will use a domain-specific email address, not a generic one. Be cautious if the contact email is something like joe.smith123@gmail.com instead of joe.smith@diplomatproperty.com. This small detail can be a significant indicator of a scam. Scammers often use generic email addresses to avoid detection and make it harder to trace them. Always insist on communicating through official channels and verify the email address matches the company's domain. Avoid cash transactions. Legitimate rental transactions should never require large sums of cash, especially before signing a lease and seeing the property. Scammers often insist on cash because it's untraceable. Always use traceable methods like checks or electronic transfers. For example, one client was almost scammed when the landlord asked for a cash deposit up front, claiming it was a security measure. When she insisted on using a traceable method, the scammer disappeared. The request pay in cash is a huge red flag and should be avoided at all costs. Meet in professional settings. Avoid meeting prospective landlords at places like coffee shops for significant transactions. Insist on meeting at their office or at the property itself. If they refuse or make excuses, it's a red flag. Scammers often choose neutral locations to avoid being traced. Meeting in a professional setting not only provides a safer environment but also allows you to verify the legitimacy of the landlord or property manager. For example, one student was scammed after meeting the landlord at a coffee shop and handing over a cash deposit, only to find out later that the property didn't exist. Watch out for too good to be true deals. If the rent seems too low for the area, be suspicious. Scammers often lure victims with attractively low prices. They may also ask for several months of rent up front at a discounted rate. For instance, a recent college graduate found an apartment in a prime location for half the typical rent. Excited, she quickly transferred the money only to find out later it was a scam. Always research the average rental prices in the area and be wary of deals that seem too good to be true. Verify the lease agreement. Having a signed lease agreement is important, but it doesn't guarantee the legitimacy of the rental. Ensure the lease is signed by the actual property owner or an authorized property manager. Cross-check their identity with a government-issued ID. In some states, lease agreements must be notarized if not handled through a licensed property management company. One of my clients almost fell for a scam when the landlord provided a lease that looked legitimate but was signed by someone not listed as the property owner. Always verify the signatories to avoid such pitfalls. Confirm the listing with multiple sources. Check if the property is listed on multiple reputable websites. If you find discrepancies such as different rental prices or contact information, it's a red flag. Scammers often duplicate legitimate listings and alter the contact details. For example, if you find a property on Zillow and Apartments.com but with different prices and contact information, be cautious. Always reach out to the contact provided on the official website of the property management company to verify the listing's authenticity. Use Google. It knows more about your rental than you think. Avoid sight unseen rentals. Always view the property in person before committing to a rental. Scammers often avoid in-person meetings and might send you doctored photos of the property. A colleague of mine almost rented an apartment he never saw in person. The scammer provided beautiful pictures and convincing stories, but when he insisted on a viewing, they disappeared. It was real pictures from the listing of the house. However, the property was for sale and not for rent. Viewing the property allows you to confirm its existence and condition, ensuring you're not falling for a scam. Use secure channels for payments and communication. Use official channels for communication and payments. For example, if you're renting through a property management company, all payments should go through their office or an official payment portal. A secure payment method protects you from fraud and provides a traceable record of the transaction. Scammers often push for unconventional payment methods like gift cards or cryptocurrency to avoid detection. Always use secure traceable payment methods and communicate through verified channels. Staying vigilant and doing your due diligence can save you from falling victim to rental scams. Always verify the identity of the person you're dealing with, ensure the property is legitimately for rent, and avoid cash transactions. If a deal seems too good to be true, it probably is. By following these tips, you can protect yourself from scams and secure a legitimate rental. Remember, a little caution can go a long way in ensuring a smooth rental experience. Have you ever encountered a rental scam? How did you verify the legitimacy of your rental? Share your experiences and questions in the comments below. Your stories could help others avoid falling victim to these scams. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. Thanks for watching and join our community at Wise to Rent to discover, rent, and thrive.